17, number 32, Carl Anthony Towns.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Brent. Well, Brent, tonight we got a great front court matchup.
Yeah, this is a game, BA, I think that has been circled on the calendar. These guys are competitive, but there are positional rivalries that do exist. And the only way you can measure up is standing across from your opponent. We've got that here tonight. Who's going to get the best of who?
The starters for the Golden State Warriors. Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Jimmy Butler out there with Moses Moody. And it's Green in at the 5. Curry against Brunson. He shoots it. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls.
I just don't think they want him taking that kind of shot. Again, his teammates are just laughing, shaking their heads there on the bench.
Here's Towns. The kick out to Brunson. Bridges outside. Pass to Hart. Here's the 3. And he buries his first look.
Scoring in rhythm there. Great to see Hart shoot it without holding back.
And Brent, this Knicks team, they've taken on the identity of their head coach.
Well, BA, isn't it interesting? Tom Thibodeau, lots of scuttlebutt about him as the coach. And then they brought in players that kind of fit the coach. They play hard, they play defense first, they play a ton of minutes, but this team is gritty, and they don't give up.
And an Obi for 3. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Yeah, and for Towns, great awareness at the offensive end.
Curry against Brunson. Outside Moody. Butler on the wing. He's covered by Hart. 5 to shoot. Oh, sweet move. Hart pulls it in. The Knicks have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Here's Bridges. Pajemski grabs the board. The Warriors have gone 1 for 3 so far. Here's Curry. And the Warriors miss again.
He loved to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
Hart finds Anunoby. Now Bridges launches it. Hits the trifecta.
Bridges has a lot of jobs for his team, but if he consistently knocks down 3, he can add it to the list.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. New York making a switch here. Achua's checked in.
Number 5, Precious Achua.
Unfortunately for them, they're reeling at this point.
So true. Very little going their way right now at either end of the floor.
A little show of power from Jimmy Butler up there on the rim.
New York has gone 3 of 4 on 3s here in this first quarter. Here's Towns. And it's powered home by Towns.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Warriors trail by 7. With Brunson being undersized, he has such a great feel for how to create space, Brent.
Incredible footwork, BA. The way he puts the needle on the record and just scratches it, pivots around, and makes defenders jump and move. Amazing manipulation skills at the point guard position for a guy his size to get it done in the painted area.
Here's Brunson, following the score by Golden State. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
And those are 2 points earned by Jalen Brunson.
The Warriors have gone 3 of 6 from the floor. On the wing, Green. To the paint. Here's Curry. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now here's Brunson, down low. Here's Achua. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
Warriors trail by 7. Outside Moody. Back to Curry. Butler, a screen on Brunson. Here's Curry. Counted. His 3rd and 5 attempts.
That's tough finish. Steph's not just a great shooter, but really great numbers through the years as being an elite finisher.
Good on the shot.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
There's 49 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now here's Butler. Pass to Curry. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. Knicks leading by 7. Shot's good by Hart. Hart's got 5 points.
Gritty play by a gritty player, Josh Hart. Hard to deny it.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Butler on target from about 13 feet.
Yeah, you got to get up tighter than that. Some players you can give that much room to, but not him.
That one falls. He's got 6.
And that's the kind of physicality you want to see from Cat, using his size down low.
Here's Curry. Off target with the free throw line, Jay.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
And so it's New York with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for New York?
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
So much good energy and flow tonight, and that has really come out of great ball movement. Guys have been open, and as soon as they are, they get the ball.
On the floor for the Warriors. Curry and Hield to the sharpshooting backcourt. Jonathan Kuminga is out there with Trace Jackson-Davis, and it's Payton in at the 3 spot. Warriors trail by 9. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively, because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
Out of bounds. It'll be Warriors ball. Anunoby, he's checked in for New York.
Number 8, OG Anunoby.
The Warriors shooting it with confidence. 54% so far. You know, not too many teams have the stability at head coach as the Warriors have had, Brent.
Well, I'm not sure there's ever been a more perfect fit for a team than Steve Kerr with the Golden State Warriors. It has been a magical run in the Bay Area, and you just look at the type of connectivity he has with his players, and again, how much joy these Warriors play with.
Now here's Anunoby. Sinks that one from the post. Anunoby's got 5 now. A minute and a half gone in the second quarter.
23-17.
Hield against Bridges. Kuminga with a screen on Bridges. Here's Payton. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. New York leading by 4. Now McBride. No points yet. To the inside. And a big finish by Robinson.
Yeah, throw it anywhere you want. Mitchell Robinson knows what to do.
25-19.
Here's Curry. Pass to Payton. Outside Hield. Curry looking it over. Stolen by Bridges. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Count it.
Well, if the defense is going to give Bridges a lot of looks like this, he's got to continue to knock him down.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Well, Brent, as you know, finding success in the NBA is largely dependent on the situation.
BA, you're hitting the nail on the head. You can't get frustrated as a player, especially a young one that comes into the league and doesn't have an opportunity right away to play. You've got to work on your skills, stay confident, and at some point when you get your opportunity, whether it's the team you're with or in a trade, you're going to have a chance to show that you belong in the league.
New York leading by 8. Here's Anunoby, and he banks in the layup. Anunoby's gotten 4 this quarter.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
To the cup, Curry, and it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Oh, a cameo from a boogie with a hoodie.
His Knicks are up, and he's got to be feeling good. Always great to see your hometown team put on performances like this.
Heald's checked in for the Warriors. No good from outside. New York has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Robinson's defense is always a factor for him, and lately he's done a better job of staying on the floor.
Yeah, BA, fouls have been an issue for Robinson, but the thing that he really needs to learn is it's not about blocking shots, it's about being in great position with your body and being more of a deterrent so he can stay on the floor to be more impactful.
Butler's shot is good.
And Butler just taking that motion right through contact.
And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. Here's Brunson. Great look there, but off target.
I admire the play call. They just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Now here's Butler. Give him 8. Butler punches it home.
That was a possession where Jimmy Butler just did not settle for the jump shot, drove right in and came right at the defense.
And some changes here for New York. Towns comes in for Robinson, and Hart subbed in for Achua. And Brunson's got the ball here for the Knicks. Lets the 3 fly. New York no good that time either. Warriors trail by 9. Outside Pajemski. Inside. Here's Butler. Emphatic finish from Butler.
And attacking and playing with intensity, Jimmy Butler, a ferocious competitor.
Here's Brunson outside. Nails it from 3. Brunson's got 5 now.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Butler against Hart. The teardrop. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. Towns has got 5 rebounds in the game. From outside the arc. And again, New York with the triple.
He does so much out there to stretch out the defense when he's out on the perimeter, and he drains the triple.
Here's Butler. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron. Butler's got 8 here in this quarter.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way, no roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It has been one outstanding game from Jimmy Butler.
He's been dominating down low. Gotta assume they'll keep feeding him the rock.
Oh man, pouring it on right now, and why wouldn't you?
When the Knicks are having a good season, it is amazing how excited their fans get, Brent.
Well, it's been generations, BA, that have been salivating for this franchise to get back to its winning ways. The last championship came in 1973, so as a fan, you can't help but get fired up when there's a chance at a title run.
Jalen Brunson is out there with Mikal Bridges, and it's Josh Hart, and it's OG Anunoby, and it's Towns in at the 5 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks.
Woo! Not a lot of resistance from the D.
That's the last guy you want to leave open.
Well, not that wide open. You're given a juicy gift by the defense. You got to sink your teeth into it.
Pajemski's shot is good. Pajemski's gotten 4 this quarter.
Yeah, I know you want to focus on the shooting with Steph, but man, he's going to make plays too.
Here's Brunson, and you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play.
And you have to love the focus. He gets hit, but converts it anyway.
Brent, everyone loves an underdog story, and there's few better than that of Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, this kid falling into the second round and all the perception around whether or not he was big enough or can he shoot the ball, is he athletic enough? This guy has continued to work hard every year and turned himself into an all-star and an all-NBA player.
One thing this Golden State team does very well is control the offensive glass, Brent.
Well, there's been a lot of talk analytically, BA, about how advantageous it is to come in and swoop through to grab offensive rebounds. Golden State has bought into that philosophy. They also have guys who take a lot of long shots, so that's long rebounds with a better chance of gaining an extra possession. So some smart analytical play here from Golden State in the past couple seasons.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And we're about a minute and a half in the second half. Outside Pajemski, pass to Butler. The Knicks with the rebound.
I'm not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Moody with it. Still without a bucket. 2 minutes into the second half of play now.
The wingspan of Towns in action, allowing him to get on the ball.
He gets it in there. And the Knicks lead by 17.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
They set the screen. Curry from deep three-point land. And the Warriors miss again.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Hart can't hit. And Curry's got the ball here for the Golden State Warriors. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play.
It's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best. And I do so enjoy watching the bounce pass executed that perfectly.
Warriors trail by 19. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the officials are now allowing a bit more contact. Warriors coach Steve Kerr had called for more leeway for defenders, and he said, quote, "I love the shift. It's a better game when the cheap stuff isn't called. Players are so skilled today, they don't need any help." Brian, do you agree?
I do. I say let him play.
This is what he gives you night in and night out. Stellar production at the offensive end.
Knicks lead 53.
Outside Butler. Outside Moody. Launches a three. Knocks it down from distance. Moody's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
You know, some threes look better than others, and Brunson's lefty stroke from 3 is a beautiful thing.
Here's Curry. Boy, he just hasn't been able to get a shot to fall.
Sometimes you just have an off night, guys, and that's what we've seen so far.
The shot by Towns, no good. Warriors trail by 20. Outside Curry. 44 seconds left in the third. Green with a screen on Anunoby. Here's Moody. And he powers it down right on Karl Anthony Towns. Wow.
This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Man, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game. New York leading by 18. Lets it go from 14. And there's Towns on the assist from Brunson. Brunson's got his 7th assist here tonight.
Nice positioning and footwork on point. And Towns so smooth down there inside.
Here's Curry. And a nice finish on the layup. Curry's got 8 points.
Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
Here's Towns. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
And what a luxury to have a big man who can score like Towns. He's been unstoppable here.
Outside Butler. Pass to Podziemski. The 11-footer. It doesn't go for him. Now count. At the end of the 3rd quarter, a huge lead. This one may have already been decided. It's the Knicks opening up a huge gap. And we'll be back with you shortly. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And the Knicks shooting 71%. Their offense has looked unstoppable all game long. On the floor for the Warriors. Curry and Hield to the sharp shooting backcourt. Gary Payton II is out there with Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Jackson Davis in at the 5 down low. To the middle. Here's Jackson Davis, outside Curry. Pass to Hield. Clock at 6. 3-pointer. Gets the 3 to fall.
Wow, Hield has a beautiful release on his shot right there, just barely off of his fingertips and buttery soft.
Here's Towns. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there. Well, the Warriors shooting around 51%. That's a good number. 13 feet out. Hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good. Hield's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Good job in the mid-range. Buddy Hield getting squared up and scores.
Here's McBride. And he comes up with a bucket.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
This team did something at halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half.
Mitchell Robinson, he's checked in for Achua. Podziemski's checked in for the Warriors. Back to Payton. Jackson Davis' screen. Shot clock at 5. Here's Payton. Off target on the 15-footer. And Towns has got the ball here for the New York Knicks. Outside Payne. Outside Robinson. True on the 14-footer.
Robinson stretching his limits on that play from the mid-range.
69-45.
We're about 2 minutes into the 4th here. That's tipped. Outside Podziemski. Releases. And again, it's the Warriors missing. The Knicks have got all 4 shots to go in this final quarter. Here's McBride. On target from range.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here, guys. In good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Kicks it out to Anunoby. Over Payton. Anunoby can't get it to go. The Warriors have gone 2 of 5 from the field in this final quarter. Payton, no good. The Knicks have gotten 5 of 6 shots to go in the 4th. McBride passes to Robinson. Payton with it, and McBride picks him up defensively. Outside Kuminga. The three from Curry. They get it back. Jackson Davis. And terrific work on the offensive glass as he picks up the deuce.
A stronger defensive presence would have saved them 2 points.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
A nice shot by McBride.
Even with the score as it is, he just keeps coming at you.
Knicks lead 74.
Pass to Jackson Davis. From 17, Curry's shot is off. New York has gone 2 of 2 from outside so far in the fourth.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Knicks.
This team did a lot of things well tonight. Number one was passing the ball.
And it was a team that was in rhythm. And they just trusted each other to take the right shots.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Karl Anthony Towns.
The scoring effort from him, unreal. Carrying this team, I mean, he was amazing tonight.
Pass to Towns. There's the triple. And again, New York with the triple.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Loved it. The guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
First personal foul.
What a rookie year for Brandon Podziemski. A seamless transition into the league.
You talk about a guy who could come in and contribute right away. I remember the stretch last year. He had 3 straight games with double-doubles without a turnover. Now, that's some heady play for a rookie. Podziemski, he's got a great calmness and a great demeanor about him, but always willing to make the next play.
And the first one at the line is good. And the Warriors make some changes. Green's checked in for Jackson Davis. Butler comes in for Kuminga. And Moody is subbed in for Payton. And so he makes both from the line. 46 seconds left in the fourth. Here's Dadier. And the Knicks, another 3.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on. And that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Achua gets the bucket.
Well orchestrated, and then the pass is right on the money.
Knicks lead 85-54.
Here's Podziemski. Shot clock and game clock, 1 second differential. Pass to Curry. From the arc. And it's New York with a rebound. Here's Kolek. And he makes it on the layup.
And say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
And so New York takes this one by a big margin. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to